Okay, I'm going to be addressing all this stuff online because I'm tired emotionally and mentally of seeing people try to make me out to be a person that I am.
And this is the TikTok she actually posted today that she took down. I found very interesting because in here she's, you know what, let's just watch it together.
Not, but with a testimony without a test of faith, so.
I don't like it when they bring religion and stuff, but go ahead. I'm
going to start from the very beginning with this my type thing. I got permission from Travis to say these things because these are previously things I didn't want online. But
now keep in mind, this video is not up anymore.
I'm going to tell y'all the full story just so y'all know. So Travis, when he first ever DM'd me, when we first met, I said I left him in my DM for 2 months, and people said, oh, she left him in his DM until she figured out who he was. That is not true at all. The real reason Travis sat in my DM for 2 months is because he DM'd me when he had a girlfriend, and her name was in his bio, so I instantly knew he had a partner. So I exited the message, and he sat there until he was single. I don't do home wrecking. I'm not a side piece. I don't stand for any of those things. I support women, so I would never do that to another woman because I would never want it done to me. So I ignored him until he was single. That's the real reason he sat in my DM.
Do you not realize she's kind of ruining his reputation right now? Think about it for a second. She literally just told everybody he had a girlfriend, but he was trying to cheat on his girlfriend with you. Like, it's kind of crazy. It's just like she cares so much about herself that she's not realizing in a time where he's getting ready to try to be drafted by the NFL. And again, they care about, it's a business, so they care about reputations, and she's ruining his reputation. And okay, I'm just gonna keep going.
Then the second thing, when I said he wasn't my type, I did not mean attractiveness. I don't have a physical type, period. No two men that I previously dated look the same. My first one was a white cowboy. Second one was a Mexican soccer player. Then I dated a black man who's a SoundCloud rapper. And then Travis. So I have never dated the same type physically. I don't care about what people look like or what they can give me. I date people for who they are as a person, how they honor God, and how they treat the people around them. And Travis is all the above. So when I said he wasn't my type, I meant because he was younger than me. I had never dated no one younger than me, and he had cheated on his girlfriend. I don't know if your type is cheaters, but mine isn't.
So her type is not a cheater, but she dated a cheater, and she's telling everybody he was a cheater when nobody knew he was a cheater. You see what I mean? And this is why I have an issue with. Again, you're trying to make sure your man gets to the NFL. Why do we need to know this information? This should have stayed private. We don't need to know he cheated or not. And again, I don't know how much of that is true since the video's not up anymore.
So no, he wasn't my type at first off of those two things, but that didn't discredit the fact that I was attracted to him. That's obviously why I gave him a chance. And then I learned he truly is a phenomenal and wonderful human being, and that's why we're together, and that's why we're still together to this day. So that's that. Okay, the next clip was at the game after they just won like their last game. People thought I was upset with him celebrating with cheerleaders. I don't know where that came from because he never celebrated with cheerleaders. So that, I don't know where that started, but that's not what I said. But what y'all didn't see before the clip, me and him were talking. We had already interacted. I had already said congratulations. I had already kissed him over the fence that we couldn't get through. So the real reason why I was mad is because the security, and you can ask any of the family members who was actually there, they didn't want no one to storm the field, so they had 1,000 security people holding everyone back. But the people in the field were like, let the family down, like the family can come down.
So it's one of those things. I'm kind of curious, do they have like training for people who may be getting to, or training for spouses that are whose boyfriends, husbands, or what have you is getting ready to go into the NFL, to know how to behave? Because I understand what she's trying to say, But again, you didn't hold yourself together. And again, you have a phenomenal man in the sense that he's doing things that's rarely been done before, and you're not really showing your placement in his life and why you deserve to be there. It seems like he's kind of outgrown you in a sense, and you're having trouble with that and having that realization.
So everyone was going back and forth. I was arguing with the security guard because he wouldn't let no family through, but they let the cheerleaders on the opposing team get through the fences. So I was like, so when I finally got down to the field, that's why I told Travis, like, he had already seen it. I had already congratulated him. We had already spoke, got on the field, and then I was upset because I had just finished arguing with somebody, and then what y'all don't see after 5-second clip is right after that I let it go. I was like, like, celebrate. We took pictures, we were with our families, and then we went to his meet and greet, had another wonderful event there. That's all that happened in that was literally that, nothing. It was not deeper than anyone made it out to be. And yeah, next clip, the Adidas pop-up shop this past weekend. People are saying that I'm like, what am I supposed to do, just sit here? That's not what I said. First of all, I said, baby, do you want me to sit here, or do you want me to go with the family, or do you want...
Now, I should have posted that clip in here, and you know what? I think that was a relatively small thing for that to bring up, to be honest with you.
Want me to come with you? Because...
But I didn't hear what she's saying right now, though.
What y'all don't know, again, off of a 7-second clip, is those weren't fans, by the way. He had already finished that part. He had finished meeting with the fans. I was there the entire time, taking pictures, talking to them, everything. The girls that were there, they were the Adidas, they worked for Adidas. So we were taking pictures for social posts. That's who those people were. I wasn't annoyed with no fans at all. I'm never annoyed with fans.
But do you realize... You know what? I'm not even going to say that. I'm just going to keep going.
That's what that was. And then Travis was getting ready to leave. He had to be at a rehearsal for the Heisman ceremony. They had to do walkthroughs and stuff like that. So I was asking him, I was like, do you want me just to sit here? Do you want me to go back to the hotel? Like, do you want me to wait for our family? Because his family was in there shopping. Because Adidas let them go pick out stuff in the store. It was like a 4-story Adidas, so they're all doing that. I was like, what do you want me to do? Like, do I stay here? Do I come with you? Like, what? And he was like, you can do what you want. Like, you could sit there, you can go shop, you can come to the hotel, you can walk around. That's what he was saying to me. I don't know. Like I said, the things that I see people make up is truly crazy, because it's not what happened. And I just think people are just finding every single little thing and trying to make it something it's not. And then bird brain individuals are just accepting what they see online.
Well, I don't know about calling people bird brain, especially when you're trying to make sure you have friends and a good reputation to make sure he gets a really good spot in the NFL draft. But you see how problematic she is. And again, this is why I say some people, when you get to a certain point, that you need to stay off the internet and just have a publicist. At this point, I feel like that's where she needs to be at. Off the internet until he gets through the draft. And just have a publicist so she won't say or do anything else that could be perceived to be wrong or could make him a potential liability. Because let's be real here, a lot of athletes get into domestic situations, they get into cheating scandals, divorces, all kinds of stuff. No NFL wants to go behind a liability.
Okay, now the last thing, this actual Heisman ceremony. This is making me so mad because anyone who knows me knows I support Travis in every win, everything he does, because I truly, truly love that man. He is perfect in my eyes. So, when his name was called, I instantly was gonna, if you watch the video, you can see me like...
Now, didn't Travis just say in the previous videos I was displayed, say that she drunk herself to sleep? And the way she's looking, it doesn't look like she's upset, she's crying. It's like she's kind of looks like she just woke up from this that drinking hangover and is trying, like, I just need to blur all this out. She had permission, but then she took it down. So yeah, they need a management team just to make sure she doesn't do anything foolish.
But his mom didn't get up, so I was like, oh, maybe I don't get up, maybe I just sit here with her. So I sat there, and then And then y'all said Coach Prime had to tell me to get up. No, he didn't. He said, go get him. Go get your man. Like, and once Travis stood up, but he didn't have to do that because I was going to do that anyways. As soon as I seen Travis get up, then I thought it was appropriate to stand up, greet him, congratulate him. But then there was a camera right in front of Coach Prime, and I knew they were going to film that moment, and because of how people are online, I was like, I don't want to be in that shot, so I'm going to sit down. So I try to sit down so I'm not in the camera while I'm crying. People are going to be like, oh, why is she crying, like, you know, stuff like that. And so I got out of the camera purposefully so they can have their moment. That's all it was. No one told me to stand up. No one had to tell me to celebrate with him. I was just sitting there crying. I wanted to take it in myself too. I was super excited for him. But I wanted the moment to be about him and his family. And that's another thing. People are like, why did he sit next to her? Why was his mom? We had assigned seats. We had assigned seats. I didn't have a choice where I sat. They are obviously going to put someone and their partner together. So I had the seat right next to him because that was my assigned seat. I didn't have a choice. And then the hugging thing. Travis came and hugged me because he just went down the line. I was first in line, then his mom, then Coach Prime. He came.
I didn't see anybody really commenting about the hugging thing, at all. I just saw people more commenting about her not getting up really fast, but I never saw anything about the hugging thing.
Straight to me first. I didn't tell him to do that. I didn't have to tell him to do anything. He's a grown man. He can do what he wants.
No, he can't. He can't do what he wants because y'all have rules that you have enforced and made up for him, so you can control him. So he won't be able to see any better possibility of a woman out there. You have those rules so he can keep his eyes on you, but those rules are going to backfire, especially if it gets into the NFL.
But yeah, everyone is making this crazy narratives in their head, so I just wanted to clear it up. And that is the truth. That's what happens in all those videos. And I will not be addressing this again. I didn't want to address it, but here we are.
And she told everybody that he's a cheater, right? You know what? There is something about that woman that just don't agree with me, but I'm pretty much done with this topic for now. You guys tell me what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. I really do hope Travis Hunter don't let this woman ruin his opportunities. I hope she doesn't stand in his way in any way, shape, or form. But it's starting to look like that if it's not about her, she doesn't know how the hell not being the center of attention, especially of his attention. Unfortunately, he's going to be in a situation where he's going to be around a bunch of different women and men, things he don't want to do. Those rules are not really going to be able to apply in the real world scenario once they get out of college. Once he gets out of college. Thank you for watching. You guys have a great day. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.